we got the whole front end torn off of this. It's a little colder this morning, so we have a fire going, so if you hear a noise, that's what it is. So today, what my plan is to get the cab off the body. So, first of all, we gotta vacuum this out, because I'm not working underneath this thing when it's all covered in this crap. 2, get the seat out, get the gas tank out, get the gear selector, bracket, cover off. Maybe the steering column pushed off to the side so we can get it out. This thing is covered in mouse poop. So now that we got the seat out, we can do a little bit of investigation. See what's underneath this floor mat. Let's get this thing in here. So we're going to be going through this to see what we have. We have a battery tray. Here's some seals. This looks like stuff for the front axle. I'm going to put all the bolts back in for the seat. All the bolts for the seat actually undid, which is super rare. We're going to get an air gun in here. Probably going to pull the gas tank out because I found out the gas tank is rotted, which is like super random, because why would the gas tank rot out and the floor not rot out? So I'd like to get the gas tank out to see what kind of shape it's in. That's a knob off of the inside. I think we're going to have to get the air compressor in here. It's getting bad quick. We're going to give this a brush, try to get out what we can get out, and then come back in with the air gun. How old do you guys think this mitten is? Wait, that thing looks 60 years old. Wow, guys. I have never, ever seen a gas tank this bad. Maybe one underneath a vehicle. This whole gas tank is legitimately filled right up to the top with mouse poo. I'm not even mad about that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That's crazy. What I'm really impressed with is how rotted this gas tank is and how good this floor is. I'm gonna vacuum this instead of blowing this, just because it's all mouse shit. See how bad the floor is. But if this gas tank saved that floor, that's going to be unbelievable. The air hose scared me. Whew. I'm going to take a photo of this. So this little come along here is how we've been moving the truck backwards and forwards. Just hook it to the top of the hoist, pull it ahead. It's got some old brakes and half-assed flat tires, so it doesn't really roll that good. So we got the interior fully cleaned out. We got all the body bolts out. Only broke 1 out of 3, which is pretty good. The 2 3/4 came apart, no problem. But the 3/8 ones in the back, one of them snapped. So we have the cab all blocked up. I do not have it fully disconnected. I think throttle pedal and starter pedal and stuff like that still needs to be disconnected. I guess I should have taken out, you know what, I forgot to take out the transmission shift tunnel, so I'm going to go do that right now. We're back. We got the floor shifter mechanism out of it. I think the only thing left is the starter button and maybe a ground, speedo cable. Okay, this isn't coming up as nice as I thought it was. I guess we gotta find a couple more things we need to take apart. Okay, let's find everything that we forgot. It looks like a grounding strap. It's like a shifter linkage. Looks like a couple things that need to be undone. So let's get going on this.
Step 1, wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo. I think.
Well, that wasn't super bad. What did we forget? We fought this transfer case shifter all the way up, so next time I think I'll undo it. If it comes apart and just kind of like flop it down. We forgot an oil pressure sensor, and there was some random wiring that I found that I didn't really mess with. And the steering column kind of fell out once I pushed the steering box over, so I don't think the steering column was very secure in this. I'd like to see if I can try to put that steering column into this, because it'd be nice if everything just swapped over. I just got to figure out how to take this one apart. I think it comes out this way, to be honest. But we'll have to do that later. I just can't believe that, like, the e-brake, like, not the e-brake, yeah, the e-brake still works. The brake pedal looks like it would work if I hooked up brake lines. Like, the master seems like it builds a little bit of pressure. The gas pedal, like all the linkages and everything was working for the gas pedal and the clutch pedal. Like, I honestly can't believe how well everything is. And it's covered with this like thick, oily, greasy, it looks like manure tar kind of thing. So it's probably what kept it in such good shape for so long. But saying that, what we got to do now is we got to pull the whole chassis ahead, and then we got to put the body on the box and then set it down. So this is going to take a bit, and I'm going to have to probably cut some 2x4s, some 2v4s, get them all jammed in there and see what we can do. So let's get going. We're gonna have to make sure all that footage is deleted. If any of you guys work in the health and safety division of your company, you will thank me for deleting that. Yeah, none of that went as I planned, and everything looks terrifying underneath here. It's not exactly stable, I'll tell you that. So if you guys work for the health and safety department of your company, never ever, ever mention this name of YouTube channel at your company, because they probably already have a book on you for what I just had to do. I had to cut wood, I had to pry it, I had to come down half off this lip. I had come-alongs hooked up in the back of this thing so it wouldn't fall off the hoist. That was, lack of a better word, frickin' terrifying. Whew, that was not great. I actually need to take a little bit of a breather after that, because that was definitely different. Okay. But, saying that, we now have everything open up here. This has started working now, so there's four-wheel drive low, full neutral, four-wheel drive high, four-wheel drive low. This makes me a little nervous how much this crossover is twisting. We're probably going to reinforce this cross member. But what we're going to do now, we're going to take off the fuel line. It's not really doing that good. We're going to take off the fuel line, we're going to take off the brake lines, we're going to remove the brake master, and go from there. But that was actually very, very, very terrifying. I don't wish that upon anybody doing that. What was I thinking? It's been a long day. I don't think we're going to pull the motor today. Mostly just because it's about 11 o'clock at night, and the Walden is not exactly a quiet piece of machinery. But so it's a 4-speed with a reverse, but unfortunately this thing here is no good to us, so we're not going to be reusing this, unfortunately. So what we're going to be doing is pulling it. I got all the motor mounts cut in the front, I got the transmission mounts undone, I got the drive shaft undone, I got all the wiring undone. I got the starter to rotate, but the engine's not rotating, the starter will not engage. I accidentally knocked off the oil bath, and believe it or not, it still has oil in it. So that means that oil filter, that air filter that's been filled with oil, has been sitting there for probably, I'm going to estimate, 25 to 30 years, and it's still just as good as the day it walked out of the factory. As long as they hold oil, they work. We pulled the motor back, we pulled the chassis back. What I'd really like to do tomorrow is get this engine out, get it outside on a skid, and then I have a whole bunch of parts coming for that. I'd like to work on that a little bit. I don't know what we're going to be doing completely. I'd like to kind of get the turbo on it inside of that, but I think it's just going to be a really big nightmare, to be honest. What I think we need to do is get this out, get this transmission cross member out, and then start getting measurements. We're probably going to move the transmission cross member back and probably just drill new holes to where we want it to catch the ZF6. So we're probably going to get the motor in here kind of hovering. I'll probably put a piece of iron across the hoist to hold up the back of the transmission once I get it to where I want. But there's going to be a couple things that we do here. One, I'm going to mark the back of the block on the chassis, so then that way I know where the motor can be set back to, because I kind of want this 4BT set back as far as it will go, so that matter of fact it'll have more space in front for more activities. And I'd rather it be a little tighter to the back than tighter to the front, because I would like to run an intercooler inside this, so we might need a little bit more space in the front. So tomorrow we're going to mark the chassis. We're going to mark the chassis for the front suspension. We might grind a couple more rivets, or we might wait for that. I'm not 100% sure on that one. The fact of the matter is I want to grind the rivets because I'd like to move this cross member back, but if it screws up how that suspension mounts, it's really going to screw us. We are moving along really, really aggressively. Some of these projects that I do take most of the winter. We are getting an amazing start on this thing. It's been in the shop here for less than, today's Wednesday. I think I pushed it in here Monday. So it's been in here 3 days, and this is how much we've done. I'm actually very overly happy with the shape of the truck for rust. I kind of bought this truck sight unseen in Alberta. So that is 38 hours from my house one way that this truck was located. And I had a buddy coming back from British Columbia, and he picked up the truck for me and dropped it off at my house. So like I had 3 photos of this truck when I bought it. So overly, I'm very, very happy with the condition of it. Yeah. I really couldn't ask for anything better. But hopefully in the next week we have some parts show up and we can do the front suspension. Once the front suspension is set up, it's honestly, guys, go time. The motor can be pulled out of that and put into here. So maybe tomorrow I'll pull this motor out, and maybe I'll start working on that motor and disassembling it to the point where it's nice to pull out. I'm just kind of guessing here, guys, and I don't know. I think this is going to be pretty good. I think this is going to be a nice project. I think that it's going to be a lot better than what I was actually anticipating. I don't know. You guys liking it so far?